Yo, what up? Welcome to a random tier list video that I've been wanting to do for no good reason. Nobody wants this except for myself, so I'm going to do it. This is going to be a tier list of the various code names that characters in Drew Hayes' Superpowered series use. So, most of these are heroes, like superpowered people, right? Not all, but most. What are the category? How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna rank them by one, how cool the name sounds, in my opinion, how fitting it is to this person's power or, person. So, right, we get in there's a lot of characters in this series, so I'll be excluding a lot of minor characters. There's already a lot of minor characters on this list, but basically anybody that, we don't know their power, or like they're too minor to care about. Like, I'm not gonna talk about Bed Rest, a hero we see for about 5 seconds in Corpies, who is a healer. Like, okay, whatever, who cares about Bed Rest? Also not gonna talk about like Alpha Blaster, a guy who's dead before the series starts, a hero back in the golden days of hero work or whatever, who had vocabulary-based powers. I don't know what that means. What does it mean to have vocabulary-based powers? We never see that in action, so I'm not going to rank Alpha Blaster. I'm also not going to rank people that we know their name. We might even know something about them, but would get like Ionix, a graduate of the class of Legends. Don't know anything about her power, except her name is Ionix, and that she was a graduate of the class of Legends. She's happily retired with 3 kids. That's it. That's all we know about Ionix. Although, on the topic of Ionix, she might be an extremely powerful super. Of the class of Legends, we know all of them. And at one point in the books, it's stated that there are 2 Armageddon-level supers from that class, meaning if left alone, they could bring about the end of the world, right? If you give them like an hour or less, right? They have enough power to end the world. Globe is one of them. And by process of elimination, Ionix must be the other one, because none of the others are Armageddon level supers, so maybe it's her. Or that's just one of the various small inconsistencies throughout the series, because it's not Gerard. Anyway, speaking of Globe, let's start there. Globe. Philip Adair. Where are you? There you are. What to say about Globe? Well, since most of you are going to have no idea who or what any of these characters are, I'm going to describe them. So, Globe's power is he has complete molecular control of everything within a certain sphere of influence around him, except his own body. That is to say, if he knows how to do something, he can do it. If you walk into his sphere of influence and he wants you dead, snap your fingers, he just turns you into a pillar of ash. He wants to turn the air into plasma? Bam, turn the air into plasma. Wants to move stuff? Sure. If he wants to fly, just will the rock that he's standing on, and nope, you can fly around. He can neutralize, if you have superpowers, he can neutralize your superpowers within his sphere of influence. He can stop tracking supers, he can stop teleportation, he can just make himself invisible to perspective, to you. He can alter his appearance, he can alter the appearance of everybody around him. Right? He can do literally anything within his sphere of influence. It's described as a god field. Insane power. Completely insane power. Now, the name Globe is kind of dumb. Yes, the area around him is a sphere that he influenced. Correct. You went with Globe? It's kind of a dumb name. I think, all things considered, I think C tier for Globe. Like, the more I think about it, the dumber it is. I'll keep from graduates from Class of Legends, just the first one I see. How about Zero? Perfect. Zero, Blaine Jeffries, another graduate of the Class of Legends. I guess I better explain what that means. In the world of superpowers, in the country of the United States, they have something called the Hero Certification Program. Anybody who wants to become a superhero has to go through a very grueling certification process. Kicks out not only the weak people, but also the weak-minded people. There are certain standards that in this book series you are expected to uphold as a hero. And the class of legends was so powerful they were recognized as legendary. As dumb as a name as it sounds, it's very fitting for these individuals. Anyway, Blaine here. 0. The power of neutralization. Everything within his range, he completely neutralizes your power. Globe has to figure it out, like ability by ability, how to counteract you. 0 just naturally neutralizes everything with ease within his sphere of influence. He is the most powerful neutralizer ever of all time. The name is kind of a hokey name, 0, but like it's pretty dang fitting. And at the time he picked it, he felt like a pretty big 0, like in his personal life. So Blaine here, you know, he could be 0. Fine by me. Raise. Gerard Cooper. The power of disintegration. He might be the other Armageddon level super, but I don't see his ability being able to end the world if left alone for an hour. Raise. The power of disintegration. He's pretty good at controlling his power, Mr. Raise. But, you know, like, destroy things, you know, raise it to the ground. Just complete leveling, destruction. Yeah, it's a pretty fitting name. And it sounds kind of cool. I kind of like Raise, actually, as a name. I'll put that up as A. For Gerard, we'll give him a Raise. Alright, where's another Bullrush? There you are. Another graduate of the Clash of Legend. Victor Nikiforov? Nikiforov. Pokolsky. Victor Nikiforov. Isn't that, where did that come from? Isn't that the Yuri on Ice guy? Oh my god. Anyway, Bullrush here. Victor Pokolsky. Yep. He has the power of, like, he's like an energy rush guy. We see him in action, like, once, and it's kind of vague, but, like, he rushes, and he's powerful, he's a strong guy, pretty destructive potential he's described as. I don't know, Bull Rush, it's kind of fun. Victor, you can have, and he's a meathead. Like, he's a good guy, but he's kind of dumb. When it comes to, like, life, he does kind of just rush through things. In general, his personal attitude towards life. So, you know, Bull Rush, yeah. I'd say fitting. I'd leave him right there at B. Alright. Wisp. Sean Pendleton. He's a tricky guy. My wife just read through the entire series and took notes, and she informed me of this very important detail. He's a gangly 6'4" guy. Second tallest character in the series. Thank you. I'm never going to be able to get that detail out of my head. So he has the ability to turn into a smoky, well, fog. He's fog guy. He has the ability to turn into fog and then manifest attacks. Which is, you know, it's pretty cool. His main draw is his subtlety, right? His mind. He's able to be a very good, like, infiltrator. His combat's good, right? Like, you're in his fog cloud, then he just punches you in the back of the head. Or slaps a device on you that, you know, zaps you while you're not paying attention. You know, anywhere in his fog cloud, you're not safe. Great for infiltration and espionage and all that fun stuff that a subtlety hero needs to do. Wisp, yeah, it's okay. It's not Wisp, I'll give it a B. Hello. Hallowed are the Ori. Casper here is the most powerful healer in existence. He's so powerful he can heal aging. He can heal trees. He can heal, like, he's ridiculous. Regrow limbs. Like, in terms of healers, Hollow is insane. Like, it's like a holy power, I guess. It's fine. I'll give it a B. Right up there with Bull Rush. Yeah. I think that's okay. Give me another... Where's Intra the first? Here, I'm gonna look for Intra. Where's the other Intra? Oh, there's Intra. Alright. Joshua and Chad Taylor have the ability of total control of their body. So instead of being able to affect the world around them like Globe, Intra over here has the total molecular control of their own body. Which, you know, makes it so they can change their body to be super strong. They've made their minds invulnerable to telepaths. Any sort of mental attack they're like completely immune to. We see other characters with sort of mental mojo. So many physical attacks don't work against these guys. Like, you can't electrocute Chad by the end of the 4th book. In that brief moment when you get electrocuted, he integrates it into his nervous system and then harmlessly, like, dispels it out of his body. Like, it's an insane power. Not only is he super strong, like, ingests carbon and stuff to make his bones as hard as diamonds or whatever. Really fast reaction time. Can make cool bone armor and blood saws, like water blood saws. Very, very fast. Very, very strong. And it all comes within. Chad being Joshua's son, in case you don't know. So, means within, and it's like, yep, within. It sounds kind of cool. I'd give the Intra the first and Intra the second, I'd put them a B. Put them right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think... Oh, Shimmer Path. Oh, it got cut off. Pretend there's an H there. Shimmer Path. She could make shimmering portals. Rips in reality. Most teleporters aren't, like, hero grade in this world. You're, like, assets to the hero community. Like, you can teleport heroes around. But, like, most teleporters aren't, like, cut out for combat. Which, if you're gonna fight super criminals, you kind of have to be a certified hero in this world. Shimmerpath with the ability to make portals is like an exception to that rule. It's kind of cool when she, like, you know, makes a portal underneath you and then, like, drops you 10 feet into the air. It's like, okay, that works. Being able to, like, hop across the country is pretty nice, but also, like, mid-combat, you can do a lot of tricky things with portals. And it is a glowing path through reality. So Shimmer Path is pretty fitting, and it kind of sounds cool. I'd give Shimmer Path an A. Okay. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's everyone from the Class of Legends. Classes are usually 10, but eh. Alright, let's do let's do the main cast. Let's do the main cast. Where are you? Mary. Mary is one of the 5/6 main characters. The entire premise of Superpowers is there's 3 classes of humans. Humans, supers, which are people that are able to control their powers, and then powereds, who are people with, you know, powerful abilities but have no control over them, or have a level of control insufficient, like you're a powered, you can't control your abilities. The main crux of the story is that the main cast of people have gone through a experimental treatment that have turned them from powereds to supers. And all of the important things that that's going to mean for human society coming up. Anyway, Mary Smith here is an extremely powerful telepath, meaning like just an insane telekinetic power, like able to pick up things and hit people with telekinetic force, unheard of. As well as a telepathic range, as in the ability to read people's minds within 5 miles. As well as a deeper mind ability of being able to walk in people's dreams. Mary's crazy. Very powerful. Doesn't make it to hero level, though. She does quit book 4. She's not ruthless enough. She, likes people too much to be a hero. Her desire for combat is minimal. Anyway, she does suggest, though, if she were to go the hero route, that the name Thoughtless would be pretty cool for her. And that's because the most valuable, most treasured thing about her ability that she likes is the ability to turn it off. All through her formative years 0 through 18. Well, 3 to 18. That's when her power started showing up. She could not block out the voices. The book's a little unclear. I think she actually had control of her telekinesis. It seems she could only not turn off her telepathy. From my reading of the book, it never gives any indication that she was an out-of-control telekinetic. But her telepathy, she could not drown out the voices. So she ran off to the woods and lived in the woods for years. She couldn't block out the animals' thoughts, but at least they weren't human thoughts. So she's able to not go completely insane. Anyway, Thoughtless is kind of like really badass, and I'd put it up an S. In my opinion. Can I grab another member of the 5? I have 2 of those on here. That's okay. Let's just do all of Vince's. There's 1. I see 1 Vince. These got mixed up. They were in order, and then they weren't. It's very annoying. Because I see 2 for Vince. Vince is what I would describe as the main character of the series. Most of the stuff happens around him. I wouldn't say he's the main character of book 4, but he's the main character of the series. I would say it's split between Vince, Alice, and Dean Blaine. Book 4 are kind of the 3 main characters, but he's the main character of the series. Anyway, Vince is an energy absorber. He can take in whatever energy you could think of. Fire, electricity, light, heat, sound, crafted energy of other supers, kinetic energy, like once he gets skilled enough, you try to hit him with something, he'll absorb the kinetic energy of your attack, right? And then, you know, punch you right back with it. He's crazy powerful. He can't do it once, though. Anyway, the name he actually lands on is Jack of All. That's the one he picks as his hero name. He's not the strongest of the lot for most of the series. In their year 2, when it's the team year, where most of the events of the story, the class is divided up into teams. One of the members, Nick Campbell, has like a card-playing motif, and he assigns everyone a card value. Vince is a Jack, Chad being the one king of the class, which is fairly accurate. And he has a moment during the intramurals competition of Book 4 where he says he is like the combined strength of the class. He's learned tons of stuff from everybody, and that, you know, you're not just fighting Lander's deck, you're fighting the whole damn shuffle. And shuffle's catchy. Shuffle's cool. It, you know, alludes to the, you know, his friendship with Nick. And, like, you know, he can shuffle between a whole bunch of energies, absorbing a bunch of energies. You know, a deck has a whole lot of stuff in it. Maybe some are kings and aces. Maybe some are, you know, 7s or 9s. You know, the different level of skill he has with many abilities. What he actually picks is Jack of All, which is a bad name. I think is a bad name. Honestly, the joke name that he picks up, I don't know why I put Invincible on here. I shouldn't have done that, because now I should go back and put all the other joke names they gave each other. Whatever. We'll leave Invincible on there. It deserves to be an F. But Jack of All, like, imagine being in the field. Like, you're on a superhero team, and you're like, look out, Jack of All, there's someone behind you. Or, hey, Jack of All, give me backup. Or you're a criminal fighting Jack of All, and you go, hey, Jack off all, how are you doing? It's like, what an atrocious name. Like, it's so bad. Like, it's fitting, but, like, it's so bad. That's the one he picks? Shuffle. Shuffle, man. I'm the whole damn shuffle. Everyone wanted it, and you went with Jack of All. During Book 3, there's a certain event where they all have to take the field, and they come up with improvised, quick, on-the-spot code names. Energy Taker Lad. Honestly, Energy Taker Lad is, like, a better name than Jack of All. Sorry, not sorry. Speaking of main characters, let's see if I can find Roy. Where are you, Roy? I hate that it all got mixed up. Where's Roy's? please. It's got to be one of the biggest ones, man. Where is it? Where? Where are you? Dude, I'm blind. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. There you go. Here's Roy's names. All right. So, Roy and Herschel Daniels. The character that, when I'm talking about superpowers, this is the one that I always bring up to try to, like, interest people. It worked on my wife. So, Roy and Herschel Daniels. Again, this is one of the former Powered's lot. Oh, yeah. Vince. Imagine Vince being a Powered, right? Randomly absorbing and then redistributing out energy. He had to stay away from people. Like, oops, I just blacked out a small town because I sucked up all the energy. Oops, I just lightning bolted a guy on accident. Like, dangerous individual to be a Powered, Mr. Vince Reynolds. Anyway, Roy and Herschel Daniels, back when they were Powered, they would just flip-flop between each other. Herschel being the base form, pudgy little LARPing nerd boy. And Roy, super strong, super athletic, tall, handsome cowboy. Completely different personalities, completely different persons. They share memories, and, like, they can't be out at the same time, but they're two different people. And, like, no other superpower I've ever encountered in any other work of fiction is remotely like Roy and Herschel. Like, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like, that's kind of close, I guess. Except they're both good peoples. I mean, Rory starts as, like, a jerk in the first book, but I mean, like, a lot of people start as jerks in the first book, because, like, if you were a super powerful individual who was, like, unchallenged your whole life until you got to a hero school, yeah, you might be kind of an a-hole. Anyway, a joke name. Why did I put Lord Punchington? Same reason I put Invincible on there. Slugger being the improvised name Roy goes by. He picks up weapons. He ends up with a super dense bat made of, like, really heavy material. Super dense steel. Because it makes him even stronger. Mr. Roy over there. He's from the Deep South, don't you know? What do I say about Etten? So an Etten is a mythological creature. It's two-headed, wields a tree club, and is super strong and super fast. Herschel is having a really hard time coming up with a good codename because there are so many strong men that exist. Lord Punchington for a while was his front runner. That's a pretty bad name, gotta be honest. But he eventually landed on something from one of his LARP books, an Etten. It's fine. Like, it reveals their, like, two-headed nature. Like, there's two of them. They eventually be able to start talking to each other, even while one was the dominant personality at the time, by the end of the series. It's cool that Herschel is able to play a more active role in his own, like, ability. That's nice. Yeah, it's fine. I've always thought Etten was merely, because it doesn't sound all that cool. Etten. It's better than, it's not better than Globe. I mean, it's better than Energy Taker, Lad, and Slugger, but it's fine. Etten. Alright. The last one who makes it. There you are. Legacy. Alice Adair. Alice, when she is Powered, has uncontrollable flight that's directly tied to her emotions. So, too happy, too sad, up in the air you go. She stayed indoors a lot as a kid, as I'm sure you can imagine. Probably had low-ceiling house. But after she becomes Powered and after a year in the HCP, she figures out she actually has gravitational control. However, that's got nothing to do with her codename. Her actual codename is about her actual legacy. The Adairs are a pretty powerful, famous family. Her father, Charles Adair, the richest man in the world, $1 million empire, a legacy of scumbags. So she's hoping to turn that legacy around. It's kind of a really ugly name, but I mean, you know, it works for her, and I'm glad, like, all these people who take these names, I'm glad you derive personal strength from it, that's great. Jack of all, Legacy, Globe, but like, they're kind of ugly names, guys. Like, sure. Alright, let's do other people from their class who graduate. Let's start with Alex. Alex right here. Knockoff. Alex is basically a Jedi. In a world of telepaths, there's a lot of overlap between his abilities and that of other telepaths, but he is very insistent the whole time that he's a Jedi. And as it turns out, yep, sure is. He can do things that telepaths can't do. Telepaths can't affect energy because they're not physical enough. Like, you know, he could read minds, which, you know, telepaths can do also. He can also work with a level of fine control that, like, no telepath can, because he's a Jedi. And there's even a mimic character that tries to copy his ability and to use it like a telepath's, but it doesn't work until he goes, "Hey, pretend like you're using the Force instead of telepathy. Pretend like you're using the Force instead of telepathy." And the mimic goes, "Really?" He's like, "Try it." And he tries it. And it works. So he really is a Jedi. So, none of the things that he can go by, like, Star Wars is copyrighted, so there's, like, nothing that works. So he goes with, like, knockoff. As well as he feels he's pretty undeserving of being a hero by the third book because of some stuff he screws up with. He doesn't feel like, you know, the best. So he kind of feels like a cheap knockoff of a real Jedi. As well as, you know, I think it's a pretty good name. Knockoff. Fitting to his situation of copyright heck. And, yeah, copyright difficulties and feeling like a pretty worthless person. Oh yeah, Obi. During that certain incident, he goes by Obi. Because, you know, that's a Jedi's name. That's fine. I'll give it a D. I think that's all the joke names. Oh, there's the second shuffle. I don't know why I have two shuffles. Alright, another guy. Plummet. Alright, Violet Sullivan is a density manipulator. Excuse me. She can manipulate her own density as well as the density of things around her. So she can make herself light enough to fly, and then heavy as like tons, can put her weight into the tons. So like up in the air, and then make herself really heavy and smash attack. Her signature move, a plummet. It's fine. I kind of like plummet. She can also, you know, like I said, manipulate objects, including people. So, like, worst comes to worst, she makes you, you know, extremely undense, and then her fist really dense, and then you go, gore splatter. You know. Violet's scary. I mean, all these people are scary when you get right down to it. But that's just the way it is. Alright, another one of their class. Adrastea. Goddess. She who cannot be stopped. What is it? God of relentlessness? I don't remember. It's like God. She's like confused with Nemesis all the time. She who cannot be stopped. Relentless justice. Something like that. Kind of like revenge. Nemesis and Adrastea often get confused. Goddess of revenge. Both children of Aphrodite and Ares, right? Anyway, it sounds really cool. Camille Belden. Anyway, about Camille. She is also an energy. She's an absorber like Vince, but instead of energy, she absorbs wounds. So, you know, you have broken, you know, all your ribs in your arms. She touches you, bam, you're fixed again. However, it goes into her stockpile. At a later time, to a different opponent, she can go up, touch you with her finger, and bam! Congratulations, all your bones are broken. And she give you a concussion. And, you know, your knees are dislocated. All that wonderful stuff that she's been, picking up. Throughout the series, Camille is always struggling between, you know, her own, like, personal confidence issues, but also whether to go with the sword or the shield of her power. And she goes with the sword, time and time again. So, she who cannot be stopped. Adrastea sounds cool. And she is a bit of a goddess. I'd put it up there. Alright, who's another one? Where are you? Songstress? Selena? She's a siren. There you go. That's what you need to know. She can manipulate people's moods with songstress. And it's fine. Whatever. Technomancer. Alright. So all these people are dangerous individuals. Will Murray is a techno genius. He can build and craft a lot of technological related things. He's got all sorts of gadgets and gizmos. But what is his real danger is his mind. All these other people on this list, they're all very dangerous and all that. Will Murray, might be the most dangerous individual here. If he makes a plan to kill you, you're dead. You'd never see it coming. You try to make a plan to kill him, he'd see you coming from 1,000 miles away. And would have all sorts of tech to block you, and do whatever he wants. Will Murray is very dangerous. Technomancer. I feel like Technomancer, it's a good one. Is it better than... Yeah, I like it better than those. Alright. More people from their class, please. More people from their class. Fade. It's fine. Brittany Ferguson over here. She can turn invisible. Really complicated power. Invisibility is a pretty handy tool for your hero, especially if you're a subtlety hero. Infiltration, stealing, espionage, all that stuff. Fade, it's better than these two. We'll put it up there and C. C for Fade. Alright, give me another person from their class, please. Citrine. Thomas is a guy who can make orange energy. He can make it tendrils, hands, shields, bubble shields, all sorts. Very manipulatable, very versatile orange glowing energy. Citrine it's orange. Thomas is a good guy. Citrine. It's fine. I'd give it it's fine for the name Citrine. And I know I'm not out of their class. I haven't done that many. Where are you guys? Maybe I'm already done with them. Oh, there's Styx. We'll do Styx next. Shane DeSoto. Shane has the power to manipulate shadows. Very edgy. They're very sharp, his shadows. He's extremely dangerous. It's so easy for him to use his power to just shred people into tiny itty-bitty pieces. He's very careful with it. Oh, there's Short Brain. I kind of like Short Brain. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, that's Mary's nickname that she takes up during the Book 3 incident. Anyway, back to Styx. So, creepy shadow guy who has a tendency to bring people, let them cross the river. It's fitting. Styx. I'd go B for Styx. Also, it also fits with Sharon DeSoto. Angela DeSoto, I mean. Sharon here, Angela, is the inverse of her brother, Shane. Shane and Angela, they are siblings. She goes with the ferryman. They have the little motif going between the two of them. They are the grandchildren of, in their world, the first superhero, Graham DeSoto, Captain Starlight. They both kind of got a variant of his power. He manipulates shadows. She manipulates the light. She can craft it into powerful weapons and armor. And, she can just, oh, cool, I've manifested a spear inside of your chest. You're dead now. Congratulations. Angela's very scary. So being the ferryman for crossing over to the afterlife, pretty fitting. And they do specifically go with the pronunciation Sharon, because there was a significant hero in their life by the name of Diamond Glance. Her actual name was Sharon, so they go with this pronunciation instead of Charon or Karen or any other pronunciation you've heard of the ferryman over the Styx. Whether or not you like that pronunciation, too bad, that's the one they go with. I don't, but it has a personal connection for Angela and Shane. So Sharon it is. It doesn't sound all that cool. It's fine. I put them both in the B tier for the name. Captain Starlight, granddaddy of Shane and Angela. the first recognized superhero, creator of the hero certification program and the modern American culture of their of this universe. Very powerful, very grumpy old SOB. Wields starlight steel, combination of light and shadow. We don't actually get to see him in action all that much, but you know, he was a captain, like a pilot in World War II. Captain Starlight. It just sounds like a cool old school superhero name. I'd put it up an A. A for Captain Starlight. Okay. Oh, here's Jill, another former member of their class. I'll do all of these guys. How about it? Let's put them all up here. We'll do them all in a lump. Every agent of the company. So, in service to the Department of Variant Human Affairs, the DVA, also exists a sort of a contract company where they handle some of the things that heroes can't be seen doing. You know, handling kidnappings and, you know, information gathering, stuff like that. Everyone in the company has a themed name. Mr., Miss, Mrs., etc. We'll start with Miss Tech here, twin of Will Murray, Jill Murray. While her brother creates powerful technology, she just controls all technology. It's a little confusing where the line is, and she does drop out of the HCP. She doesn't make it. She joins the company instead, Ms. Jill Murray. I'm not exactly sure where the line is of what she can and can't control, but you know, Miss Tech. Ms. Tech. I don't know. I kind of like all their names. It definitely gives you like a Men in Black. You know, they got the suits, they got the sunglasses. You know, the Ms. Tech. Anyway, we'll do Mr. Transport and Mr. Numbers. Two of the most important characters in the story. We only learn their names later, Henry and Luke. Mr. Transport, you'll never guess. He's a teleporter. A very, very powerful teleporter. Ridiculously overpowered. If anyone is Mr. Transport, it's this guy. His ability is ridiculous. He really is Mr. Transport. Maybe it's just because I hear it so many times when I read the book. Or listen to the book, of course. Why do I want to put that up there? You know what? It sounds cool. That's my excuse. That's why Mr. Transport goes up there. Same with Mr. Numbers. I'm trying not to make this a popularity contest. Well, I love Roy. Roy's one of my favorite characters, so I know it's not a popularity contest. So, yeah, that's fine. Mr. Numbers has the ability... He's like a supercomputer. He's very good at torturing people. And analyzing a lot of data. In just, you know, Mr. Numbers. Very cold, very calculating individual. His personality as well. Mr. Numbers is good. Mr. Move is a character that we see once and never again, which usually would disqualify him, but even in that interaction, we learn enough about him. He's an enforcer of the company that's there to make sure Transport and Numbers do their job, and he has a restraining ability. He makes it so you cannot move. Like, there you go, Mr. Move, you can't. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. Maybe it's because it's a one-syllable thing. I don't know. Mr. Move. Sure. Mr. You Can't Move? We'll go see. Alright, Mr. Volt. This guy turns into electricity. He's as fast as lightning. You know, as fast as lightning travels, this guy can go. You can just electrocute, like, everybody in a room. Mr. Volt's crazy. Like, he steps in as the close combat instructor at the school lander where most of the story takes place. He's a good guy, Mr. Carl Fletcher, coming out of retirement to teach a bunch of snot-nosed kids how to fight. Mr. Volt, I'd give it a B. Do I knock Numbers down? I don't know. Mr. Stop. Oh, where's Miss Tracking? There you are. I almost forgot about you. Mr. Stop is one of 2 time-related people on here. Mr. Stop has the ability to stop time in a localized area. Numbers, transport, tracking, and stop are all on the same, like, team for the company. They make a dynamite combo, man. Like, Miss Tracking can find anybody in the world. Mr. Transport can go anywhere in the world. Mr. Stop can stop time anywhere in the world, right? Like, so, oh, we need to find someone? Okay, freeze time. Let's go find him. And then Numbers is there to, account for all possibilities. These 4, they make a dynamite team. It's no wonder they have, like, the highest success rate of any team on the company. Anyway, as for a name, Mr. Stop. It's fine. And same with Miss Tracking. Like, yeah, that's what she does. She tracks people. You can just find anybody in the world as long as you have a picture of them. Good for you. It's fine. Miss Tracking. Yeah, it's fine for a name. Okay. I guess we just start doing random people, huh? Yeah, we'll do some randoms. Sure. Alright. So the books, there's the first book which covers the year 1 of their education, year 2 of their education, year 3 of their education, year 4 of their education, as well as a spin-off book called Corpies, which focuses on Roy and Herschel's father, Titan, Owen Daniels. We'll start with him. And I'll explain what Corpies are later. But Titan here, Mr. Owen Daniels, has the power of adaptation. And his ability doesn't ever regress. He never gets worse than he is. What doesn't kill him makes him stronger. So in every physical applicable way, he becomes immune to whatever threat threatened him before. So in terms of strength, he lifts up an object that was a little bit heavy. Next time he tries picking up, oh, he can pick that up again. It didn't take him long to max out his strength. He is easily the strongest character in the series, and probably in, like, the canon of the story. He picks up a robot the size of a city block in Corpies, and it's no big deal to him. Physical attacks don't work on him. If someone stronger has tried to punch him, it doesn't even scratch him. He bathes in lava at one point just to get some little annoying robots off of him. Like, this dude is absurdly powerful. Like, Titan is like, he's a lot like, he can't fly. He's not Superman, but like, he's Superman broken. Globe and Titan are probably the biggest powerhouses in the book. When it comes to heavy hitters, it's like, yeah, it's Globe and Titan. As for a name, like, he not only is he super strong, so like, Titan fits, but like, he comes back stronger. Like, if you do manage to like use your ability on him, next time you try to use your power on him, it won't work. There's a certain dimensional rift villain that he says he fought in like the 80s. He sent him to another plane of existence. Anyway, round 2, Titan comes back. The villain tries to use his power again, and it doesn't work. Titan's absurd. The name fits, and like, it's a legendary name. I'm gonna put Titan up an S. It's just a good name. Alright, Corpies. We'll do a bunch of Corpies characters. Corpies are like registered, like, emergency response supers. So if you want to be able to fight criminal supers, legally speaking, you have to have a hero certification. If you're not good enough, like your power isn't good enough, your brain isn't, like, you're not smart enough to be a hero, you don't have like the moral capacity to be a hero, they have all sorts of restrictions on who can be a hero, which is good. But that does mean there are supers out there who still want to do good, but like, they can't be heroes. But like, fire departments would like superheroes, police departments would like superheroes. So enter Corpies, or peers, response units. I'm not seeing a single one on here. Where are they? Oh shoot, did I forget to put them on here? Where are they? Oh, they got missed. I definitely... Oh, that means I'm missing 12 names on here. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I kind of screwed up, and I had to redo it, and I thought I took a screenshot of my list before I started messing around with, so I could put everything back, but I didn't do that correctly, apparently. So I had to throw everything back on, and for memory, and I think I got everything. Although I could have sworn there was 2 things in D tier. Oh well. Anyway, on to Corpies. Members of Owen's Corpies team that he works with are Galvanize, a guy with a minor enhancement ability. He's not able to enhance your ability beyond anything that you could already do, but he does bring you up to your peak shape. Galvanize. It's a fair name. I kind of like it. Galvanize. Zone's kind of dumb because he's always in the zone. He just has enhanced strength and endurance, but to a pretty low level. He's a pretty low level guy. In the terms of the power scaling of the universe. But Zone is, I don't know, it's kind of a dumb name. I've never And it's not just because the guy himself is kind of a toot. I think the name is kind of meh. Oh, Miss Tech. There we go. Ms. Tech. Where did I put that? Did I put that B? Let me think. This might happen a few times. Oh, Citrine. There we go. There's another one. Okay. Didn't quite put everything back. And that's the second shuffle. Okay. Hexcellent. Where are you? I just saw you. I lost you. Well, I found Bubble first. So we'll get back to Hexcellent. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Oh, I do see Hexcellent. There she is. Bubble has the ability to create these strong energy bubbles. If you're thinking Violet from The Incredibles, think again. Violet's bubbles in The Incredibles are more versatile, but much weaker than Bubbles. But bubbles are pretty strong, but they're slow. She's kind of a frosty ice queen kind of a person. Not hero grade. That's okay. Her name, I don't know. It's fine. Bubble. Where's Hexcellent? There you are. All right. Hexcellent has she summons what she calls demons. She's a summoner. She's got 3 different demons. A little guy named Impers, a little gal called Huggles, and a big guy named Big Henry. And then she can summon, as she finds out at the end of Corpies, a giant 30-story rabbit wearing chainmail, very strong, and can breathe fire too. Hopcules. Hexcellent. She's got a whole demon goth thing going on. She's excellent, and she can cast a hex on you. I'll give it a B. B for Hexcellent. Okay, other characters that we learn of. Aether is a super that can go incorporeal. Aether is kind of a cool name. I'll put it in B tier. And that's the super that it comes up with Titan. She tries to move Titan through a building that's falling apart to save some civilians, and she can't because he's already encountered a super back in the 80s who had a similar ability. He can turn it off, but he doesn't like turning off his power. Okay, other heroes we run into. Members of Elemental Fury. Sure. Spring. Spring's she's a super speeder, and she's kind of a crafty with gadgets, so she'll run around the room planting charges and nets and all sorts of things around. I don't know, Spring, sure, whatever. Kaiju, turns into a kaiju monster. It's very good. I like the name Kaiju. Member of, the new Gentle Hammers Titans team. Kaiju. Granite, member of Elemental Fury. He's a guy that could turn into a big granite. Big clump of granite. Sure, it's a fine name. I mean, I don't know what else you'd go with. What would you call yourself if you turn into a big giant rock monster? Granite, sure, but it's Granite. I don't know. Topsy, a retired member of Owen's team of the original Gentle Hammers. other members were like Shocklock, but you know, I don't know anything about Shocklock's powers, so we're not talking about Shocklock. He's kind of like Bull Rush. I keep getting him and Bull Rush's power confused, but they both do like a charge attack. Both pretty destructive. I don't know. Topsy, it's kind of a dumb name, but like it's not that bad. And maybe it is that bad. I'll put Topsy in D. Maybe it's like, who cares? Birdsman, an old school summoner. Birdsman is. He summons giant birds. He's got, what is it? Fire Eagle, Lightning Falcon, Plasma Hawk, and then Rocksteady. I think are his 4 birds that he can summon. He's an old dude. He's an old fart. But summoners can get away with it in the hero world. You should retire young if you got an ability that wears down after a while. If you don't want to end up in the ground. But Birdsman, he's kind of got like an old school vibe to him. Like you can see it like on a classic t-shirt. Riding one of his birds. Okay, I'm looking up Birdsman. I'm like, did I spell that right? No, that's how you spell Birdsman. Oh, I like the name Birdsman. I feel like that could have been like a hero from like the 70s or something. Like in like a real life like comic super villain. I guess, you know, superhero. I mean, like these are as real as any other superheroes, right? They don't exist. Gale, the leader of Elemental Fury. She can summon wind. Like Gale level wind elementalist. She can fly and stuff. She's fine as like a person. But a powerful super, bit of a stick up her butt. Gale as a name though. It's fine. I'll give C for Gale. Like it's not like, I don't know, Hurricane's kind of cooler. I don't know. Maybe one man's Gale is another man's Hurricane. I don't know. Gale, it's just whatever. Juiced has the ability to metabolize a certain undisclosed drink and gain super strength and stuff from it. Juiced does not roll off the tongue. Honestly, like, it's not as bad as Invincible or Lord Punchington, 2 obvious joke names, but like, Topsy, Spring Zone, and Jack of All are better than Juiced. Like, try saying that. Juiced. Like, I don't know. The name sucks. I'm sorry. Sorry, Juiced. Your name sucks. Deadlift is very funny as a name. The super here has the ability to literally lift up anything. He's not strong. He like does like a weird gravitational distortion thing that he's just able. He just picks up literally anything. Deadlift, very funny name to me. Put that in A. Yeah. Sure. All right. Any other? Jeremiah. I don't get it. Okay, so Jeremiah has the ability to reset his body to a point that he chose in time. Oh, he just got his head cut off? Zip! Didn't happen. I just changed my body back in space-time where it was before. I looked up the prophet Jeremiah, and I gotta be honest, I don't really get it. I don't get why his name is Jeremiah. It's gotta be a personal reason. Like, his name isn't Jeremiah. Like, his hero name is Jeremiah. His actual name isn't Jeremiah. I don't get it. Because he does a few other codes. Like, alright, time to do, Project Hezekiah or whatever. So he's got a thing for biblical prophets, but, like, I don't get it. What it has to do with him or his power. So it just kind of sounds like a name. 99% of the time when people talk about Jeremiah, it's like, it just sounds like they're talking about a guy named Jeremiah. It's not like it doesn't sound like a hero name to me. It's better than Juiced, though. Alright. Any other... Shutterbug? Sure. You're not really. She's not from Brewster, where all these other hero teams and Corpies are from. But... Did I explain Corpies? Or did I get distracted by the fact that I didn't find anything? Or I didn't find any of the actual Corpies on here. Hexcellent, who starts the series as a Corpie, she ends up a hero by the end. But Galvanize... Bubble Bubble, and Zone were Corpies. Everybody else here so far are students or heroes, right? Or members of the company. Yeah. Or dropouts like Mary. She doesn't make it. Anyway, what was I talking about? Shutterbug? She's not a hero from Brewster, but Shutterbug has a localized time ability. She can freeze people in time. Kind of like Mr. Stop, actually. But she can selectively do it. Actually, she and Mr. Stop have a very similar power, come to think of it. Anyway, Shutterbug. It's a cute name. I like Shutterbug. It's a cute name. B for Shutterbug. Alright, other random heroes. Random heroes. Oh, did I already put... Oh, I forgot Sharon. Where are you, Sharon? Wait, do I have 2 copies of Sharon? Because I could have sworn... Oh, let's put him next to Styx. There you go. I think that's where I put him last time. Fitting, they're just not catchy, in my opinion. Like a hero name, like... Captain Starlight. Eh. Alright. Shuffle, Thoughtless, Adrastea. Anyway. Yeah, let's go to the next category people will talk about. We'll talk about some of the HCP professors that we meet up. Why not? We'll start with Blake Hill. Black Hole has the ability to summon localized gravitational vortexes, which are similar in appearance to black holes, and function like black holes, except, you know, they're not as strong as real black holes. His name is Blake Hill, and he went with Black Hole, like literally like 3 letters off. Pretty uncreative, but like, I don't know. Like, what else do you call a guy that can create localized gravitational vortexes that look like black holes? Like, why would you go with Black Hole? Seems like a fitting name. I'd give a B for Blake Hill Black Hole over here. Aether, Zero. Shimmerpath, Bull Rush. Yeah, B's fine. B's fine for Black Hole. Well, black holes are kind of cool. Whatever. Alright, Seamstress. Sonia Cole, Professor Cole here, is a weird... Okay, this is going to sound weird. She's a bandage manipulator. That sounds really dumb, but she wears basically like a mummy costume the entire time, and girl knows her weapons. So she uses her bandages, one, as like super powerful protection. Like, she takes hits from Roy like they're nothing, because her bandages just absorb it. This super duper strong guy hitting her with a super dense baseball bat. She takes those hits like they're nothing with her bandages. And then she fights opponents, like, with dozens of limbs, with many, many weapons. In terms of heroes that are able to handle like a multitude of opponents at the same time, Sonia Cole is the woman to call. Like, she can like, oh, it's a whole gang of dudes. I will lay them flat in like a second. Anyway, Seamstress, sure, it's a fitting name. Maybe I need to move some of these out of B and D, or B and C, I mean. Because I just realized I have Energy Taker Lad, like, in the same category as... Well... Oh, Plummet. I think Plummet was higher. Yeah, I think Plummet was higher last time. That's going to be unfortunate. So there's going to be some things that have moved around between the cut. Whoops. Oops. Alright, other HCP professors, where are you? I already did Mr. Volt. But I did him with the other members of the company. Where are you? Mood Swing. Persephone here has the ability of, like, super pheromones. She can leave you a drooling pile, just a mess if she wants to. Just completely playing around with everybody's hormones and nervous systems. She can interact with them. Kind of crazy. Mood Swing, that's a kind of a fun name. I like Mood Swing as a name. Good job, Coach Persephone. Okay, Impact. I don't understand Professor Baker's power. We see it the least throughout the series of any HCP professor. Professor Baker here, Impact. She's the range combat instructor. She's like a super sniper, I guess. She's one of the few characters that we see, like, actually kill somebody on screen. She does blow the head off of a guy from, like, an insane distance. I don't really understand her power. She does make an impact. I'll give you that one. Maybe I should go read the wiki, because I'm sure someone smarter than me can accurately describe her power. One moment. Let me see if there's a note on Ariel Baker. Okay, straight from the horse's mouths of the fandom wiki for superpowers. Fandom. She has the ability to put a glyph on any projectile, and anything that she can see, she can shoot. Like, she will not miss. So I guess like Domino, but with glyphs, and she could use whatever she wants instead of, you know, a gun. Sure. Impact. Yep. That's a name. I'll put it in C tier though. As far as superhero names, Impact? Sure. Alright. Relentless Steel is a badass name. George Russell can turn into a robot. A very powerful robot, and the relentless part comes from his personality. Dude does not quit. He does get the job done. That's just not like a cliche. Like, he will do, as it turns out, some pretty bad things to get the job done no matter what. Relentless Steel is, 1, he turns into a robot made of steel, and 2, dude has some determination. Relentless Steel, I'd put that up in A. As far as some of the cooler names. Relentless Steel, like, yeah. Emerald Hydra. Emerald Hydra, the focus instructor. An extremely powerful telepath. She can do memory stuff, but that's not really important to her name. The Hydra comes from her ability to do an insane number of tasks at once. Mary might be, like, stronger, but Professor Stone can control so many things at once, it's absurd. She, like, smashes a big block of concrete and individually moves every single little chunk at one point. Like, commanding hundreds of things, personally controlling each individual bit of rock all at the same time. Hydra makes a lot of sense. I guess the Emerald, I think she has green eyes. I don't really get it. Like, sure. Maybe someone else was Hydra already. Emerald Hydra. Anyway, it sounds cool. I put Emerald Hydra up an A. Maybe even up an S for Emerald Hydra and Relentless Steel. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Okay. And since we're on the topic of HCP dudes, let's do the other HCP deans. So Blaine Zero over there, he's the HCP Dean of Lander. Let's go with Maggie Silva. Overgrowth. She turns into total control of plant stuff. Overgrowth? Sure, it's fine. As far as the name goes. Grasp? And then describe Herbert Jackson here, Dean of Sizemore. Described as an extremely effective density manipulator. But his name is Grasp? Like, okay. Grasp. Sure. Great hero name, dude. Oh, I forgot another Brewster guy. We'll go back to that guy later. Where's the other HCP deans? Where are you? Reaction. Kathleen Bishop. Again, like Titan, power of adaption, but it's reaction. It's fine. So, like, we see her, like, she gets attacked, and then she's able to do more stuff. Like, I don't know, it's... We see some of these characters so little. Maybe I shouldn't have ranked them. But reaction is a whatever name, right? Like, reaction. Whatever. Like, I mean, if they were real, you would learn to fear some of these names, right? You wouldn't underestimate these are extremely powerful individuals. Like, Alice has command over gravity. Like, this girl can, like, rip you in half if she felt like. Just put two opposing gravitational fields, like, next to you. Split you down the middle. Like, you wouldn't want to mess with Alice. Or just increases the gravity around you, pins you to the ground, or throws you up from the ceiling, or sends you flying through the air and drop you. Like, Alice is scary. But Legacy, kind of a not good name, right? Like, C tier. Don't get me wrong. All very powerful individuals. This is a ranking of how cool their name is. Okay, where's the other Dean? I feel like I'm only at 4. Am I blind? Oh, yeah, I am blind. Blind spot. Blind spot. Wesley Fox, a telepath who I'm not sure how his power works. He's able to, like, wipe you out of your mind, like, so you can't see him. He John Cena's it up. You can't see him, and then he just shoots you in the face with a gun, even though he's also a telepath. Well, I guess he's not a telekinetic. He's just a powerful telepath. That's right. He's not described as a telekinetic. He's the rare exception. Most telepaths are also telekinetics in this world, but not all. So Wesley Fox is an exception to that. Mr. Dean Fox over there. Blind Spot. Kind of a cool name. I'll put it up in B. Yeah. Shimmer Path. I'll put Shimmer Path up in A. I'll give this a once-over before I'm done as well. Shimmer Path is a cool name. Alright, so I skipped one Brewster hero. Misdirection, another member of Elemental... not Transcendental Justice, Elemental Fury. Her real name may or may not be Kennedy Dawson, although I'm pretty sure that's a made-up name. She was just impersonating somebody at the time. I don't think her name is actually Kennedy Dawson. Anyway, very powerful illusions. Not only is she able to change her physical appearance, at one point, back there, Hexcellent, with the 30-foot, or the 30-story, fire-breathing, chainmail armor-wearing bunny, she's able to hide that thing behind a moving skyscraper to effectively, like, so convincingly that it tricks a very smart AI. At one point, very powerful Master of Illusions. Misdirection here. However, misdirection is just kind of like a word. I don't know. I don't feel like it's terribly inspired. As far as cool sounding hero names go. Misdirection. Eh. Okay. Now, let's take a quick detour. Talk about the Alchemist. Charles Adair. That should be Charles Adair. Oops, no R. Oh well. Charles Adair, Alice's dad. Philip's brother. Can transmutate stuff. Like the power of transmutation. Can turn things into other things. The Alchemist. Classic name, classic power. We don't really see him use it all that much throughout the series, except to mix drinks. Like, honestly, that's the most we see him. He just sticks his finger in a glass of water, turns it into some of the most delicious, like, gin that you've ever tasted. That's the most we actually ever see him use his power over the series, because he's retired. He's busy making bank, turning nuclear waste into gold or whatever. Same with Hallow. He's busy healing the rich and famous, turning him, 60-year-old rich and famous person, turning him back to like 24 because his healing is so powerful. Look and heal aging. Jerk. The Alchemist. Classic name. I put it in B. Okay. Now let's take a stop at what is called intramurals. So there was a competition in the final book where we see students from other HCPs. They all get into some matches with our happy cast of characters. So these are some like one-time characters basically, but we know enough about them to rank them, I would say. All right, Dodge. Leslie Hubert. Dodge over here has perfect spatial awareness. Within her certain range, she knows where literally everything is, all at once. So is perfectly able to dodge and shoot everything. Perfect situational awareness. Perfect Catch has the same ability, and for her opponent in that match, Shane, he brings out Perfect Catch. He's a member of the Super Athletic Association. He plays super football. And Perfect Catch, for a person playing football, able to like perfectly dodge everybody else on the field and catch the football or it's anywhere near him, perfect situational awareness. Perfect Catch. I feel like that's a cool name for a superhero or a super football player. We only know the name of one other person, the Comet, Jade Norris. I have no idea what Jade the Comet Norris power is, so we can't rank her, but that's the only other... This is the only Super Athletic Association character that's on the list, is Perfect Catch. Anyway, as for Dodge, Dodge is kind of cool. Dodge this. I'd give it a B. Alright, Barrage. Bet Rigs, the ability to manifest a whole bunch of energy attacks into a barrage, as you will. It's fine. It's fine. Barrage. I'd put it up in B. Barrage is fine. Militia is a clone. She has like a very strong hive mind of her fellow selves, Miss Brenda Sellers over here. She also can duplicate all the things on her person. So she duplicates like a whole bunch of weapons, armor, like net guns, like not mustard gas, but like knockout gas, like everything on her person gets duplicated with her. So she makes like a whole SWAT team every single time she goes into a fight. And she's got a hive mind and like controls all of herself at the same time with perfect teamwork. Militia is I think that's like it's a pretty good name. I gotta admit, for like an ability like that, Militia is pretty good. Big Boom turns into like this monster guy who like makes a lot of noise, and we don't even get to see his signature Big Boom because he gets taken out early enough that he doesn't use it. Or his punch is the Big Boom that gives him the name. I don't know. Big Boom. I don't know. Like, who cares? Big Boom. I guess it's better than Lord Punchington, I suppose, but barely. Conrad Booker has the ability to... What exactly is his ability? He's like Professor Fletcher, Mr. Volt over there. He turns into electricity. This guy turns into stone. Except he doesn't... He has... Mr. Volt has complete control over electricity. Just complete control over it. He has complete control over stone. He's not as good. He can't turn into stone, I should say. But he sure can go into stone, manipulate stone. Big stone guy. From the ground. Is able to transport a whole bunch of people in like a big rock surf wave. Seismic, it's fine. Seismic's kind of cool. Yeah, Seismic's fine. Whetstone, another intramurals competitor. The ability to slice through anything with a sword. It's not complicated. Whetstone. Makes sense to me, Mr. Irvin Mooney. Lucinda Cherry, Slowburn. She's the only person on this entire list that I put codename second, real name first, I see. Didn't even notice. Well, whatever. Slowburn over here, Lucinda, an oxygen manipulator. So, for the first couple rounds of intramurals, people think that she's like a flame elementalist. But she's actually Roy Mustanging it up. She's got sparks in her gloves that she uses to light the oxygen on fire. She can also, like, oxygen, blood doping herself, take all the oxygen out of your lungs, starve you out. Pretty nuts. Slow burn. It's good. Slow burn's fine. I'd give it a fine name, slow burn, for someone with that ability. Her mainly she deals with fire, but her other tricks that she can do with the oxygen, like pockets of oxygen. So if someone tries to shoot her with a gun, like they'll blow up in their face. That's pretty fun. Okay. Oh, Grave Robber. One more intramurals competitor. Grave Robber. Sam Carney. When he ingests a body part of an animal in any capacity, he gains attributes of that animal. So Grave Robber. Yeah. So that's a good name. I like it. Grave Robber. I'll give this a once over to make sure I like where everything fits. Alright. Now for some random characters that don't fit anywhere else. Detonate is a freshman in year 4. She has the power of explosions. We just know that she graduates in the epilogue. Whatever. Detonate, you can make things blow up. Detonate, sure. Cool name. Bubbles is a she's not a student nor a hero. She's a random college girl. She gets her name from her bubbly airhead attitude, as well as the ability to create, like, not like bubbles, but like, not like energy bubbles that are useful for, like, moving debris and civilians out of danger, but like bubble wand bubbles, like from like a tube. Not even bubbles. It's fine. Sure. Transmute. We don't know anything about Transmute, but it is said that we see her daughter, Katie Bush, who has the same power. A legacy hero who got the exact same ability as her parent, so we can make some inferences. She's able to take the properties of anything that she interacts with. So in her fight that we see, she just takes the properties of the concrete around her, so she like just gains concrete armor and the strength of the concrete. So that's pretty cool. Transmute, I don't know, it's fine as a name. Abradale. Again, not a hero. He is a powered dreamwalker who is trapped in his own mind and body. His physical body is hanging out in a long-term care facility. So as he's gallivanting about in the dream world, he uses a fake name. So, like, you know, if he accidentally makes someone mad, they don't track him down and like kill him in his bed because he's completely defenseless in the real world. Anyway, Aberdale is just a mixture of his actual name. And, like, listen, there are lots of names on planet Earth, right? So, like, if you came up to me and said, hello, my name is Aberdale, I'd be like, that sounds like a name. Sure. I've never heard of an Aberdale, but, like, I'm sure there's thousands of names, maybe tens of thousands of names that I've never heard before in my life. So it just kind of sounds like a name. But unlike Jeremiah, like, I've never heard it before, so it sounds like a little cool. Aberdale. Aberdale. It sounds pretty. I like it. I'll put it in B. Excellent galvanize. Okay, sure. Alright, Madame Clandesta is a psychic, although she's actually a telepath. If you're doing, like, a service, you know, I am communicating with your dead loved ones, you know, a clairvoyant, right? Madame Clandesta, yeah. Makes sense for Ava. And we've already, that's a duplicate. Dispatch. Now, I thought long and hard about putting Dispatch on this list. Ultimately, I decided to, because Dispatch is a very interesting character. We have very little information about her. Whether it's a her, probably. Is it an individual? Is it an individual? Is it a group? Is this person a super? Are they using technology? Are they a powered? Who knows? Dispatch is the individual who runs the hero dispatch. She's able to collect an insane amount of information from all the heroes all over the place. Able to hold multiple conversations at the same time. Is always there 24/7, no breaks, no holidays. 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, doesn't matter, dispatch will be there. I don't know, Dispatch is cool. I like the name Dispatch. Like, that's what she is, that's what she does. She's the dispatch service for the heroes. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick once-over of this list, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, after giving it a once-over, I've decided that I'm gonna bump up Aberdale. I'm gonna bump up... Oh gosh, where did it go? There was another one. There was another one I wanted to bump up. Oh, where did it go? I wanted to bump down Barrage. I'll do that now, since I'm here. Whetstone. There we go. I liked Whetstone. I'll move Whetstone up. Aberdale and Whetstone up. Bulrush. Yeah, I like Bulrush where it is. Songstress, Etten. Miss Tech. That's... yeah. I think the rest are right where they are. Maybe Short Brain is a little mean. It's funny. I like Short Brain for Mary as her quick take name. I mean, I like... Oh, they all end up right next to each other, huh? Slugger, Short Brain. Where's Obi? Yeah. Put them all right next to each other. They were all cute. I liked them all. Not as real hero names, though, but they're quick take names for that one incident. It's very, very funny. All cute. I like them. I think those are good right there. Yeah, as for all these, like, these are all kind of the, They're kind of like whatever. Okay, I think that's the list. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Well, if you guys have different opinions on how cool these names sound to you, feel free to comment. If you want to read Superpowered by Drew Hayes, I highly recommend it. It's very long. It is a very long book series. It's only 5 books, but like the audiobook for book 4 is 60 hours. That is not an exaggeration. That is just the way it is. So if that is a deterrent, don't. Although listening to the series is like eating a family-sized bag of potato chips. It's so good, and you just keep going. It's very good. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time, and goodbye.